Live from Belair Hall in Center Valley, Pennsylvania, the DeSales University Sports Network brings you Division III men's basketball. Today, the Bulldogs of DeSales University will take on the Devils of FDU-Florham. These two teams played last night. DeSales came out victorious in that game, 75-49. FDU comes in on the year 0-3, 0-3 in the Mac Freedom Conference, while DeSales comes in 3-0, 3-0 in the Mac Freedom Conference. In the ball game yesterday, the Devils were led by Matthew Johnson with 13 points. He's leading them on the year with 12.7 points a game. Oliver Wortman was in double figures for FDU for the first time this year. He led them in scoring last year. 19 points a game, was the first team All-MAC Freedom selection. For DeSales, they have had a quick start to the season, the 3-0 mark, with wins over Wilkes twice and then FDU yesterday. They are led by Timmy Edwards. He is averaging the second best points per game average in the conference, 24 a game for him. He had 21 yesterday in that ball game. And also 11 from Elijah Eberly, a career high for him. He's averaging 10 a game for the freshman out of Elizabethtown, Pennsylvania. Both of these teams have had their struggles shooting from behind the three-point line. FDU, they are only shooting 19%. DeSales shooting the ball from behind the three-point line a little bit better, as they are shooting threes at a 40% clip. But both of these teams like to get up and down the court. They like to shoot the basketball, as proven by just some of the numbers that Oliver Ortman put up last year. He had 19 a game. He's about 200 points shy of 1,000 for the senior out of North Caldwell, New Jersey. Also, they have the freshman Matthew Johnson. Johnson just had a terrific first game of the year against Lycoming. 21 points in that ball game. He had 14 in the second game. Both were losses to Lycoming, as coming into this weekend, FDU lost to Lycoming in the first game, 79-54, but that was a tight game at halftime. It was only a three-point game. And then at Lycoming, they lost 86-51 in the Friday contest. For DeSales coming into this weekend, they played Wilkes twice. They won both games against the Colonels. They beat Wilkes 99-55 on opening night, and then the second game of the year, they beat Wilkes 77-43 in a ball game that was played up in Wilkes-Barre. DeSales, they have 12 players on the roster, 11 of them suited up. And all 11 of those players will play. The only player not playing, Brady Wilson, has not played in the first three games due to an injury. As both teams are now going back to their benches, as we're just about ready to get started with Mac Freedom basketball, week 2 of a 5-week season. These teams will play 5 weeks. A couple of teams have byes, but next week DeSales will play Arcadia, after that Eastern and Lycoming, while FDU, they will have Wilkes next week, the week after that off, and then they'll play Delaware Valley. So a little bit different scheduling. A couple of games have already been rescheduled or need to be rescheduled, as Lycoming didn't play this weekend. So those games will need to be rescheduled. But we will take a pause here for the playing of our national anthem. Now for the starting lineups for the ball game. For FDU, number 1 will be, that's Sean Summers, 4 points a game, averaged 12 last year. And then number 13, Oliver Wortman, a 6'1" guard out of North Caldwell, New Jersey, 9.7 a game, first team All-MAC Freedom last year. Number 14 is Michael Dubas, a freshman guard, 6'1" out of Middletown South High School. And then number 21, Matt Johnson, a freshman out of Jefferson Township, New Jersey, averaged 19.3 a game in high school, 12.7 a game so far this year for FDU. The starters for DeSales, the freshman guard, 6'1", Mason Barnes, averaging 5.7 points a game, 3.7 rebounds per game at a Pottsville area high school. He'll wear number 2. Number 3 is Aidan Elwood, a sophomore guard at 6 foot out of Northampton High School, Northampton, Pennsylvania, 5 points a game, 3.3 rebounds a game. Number 14 is Ryan Boylan at Easton, Pennsylvania, 6'3" freshman guard. He'll wear number 14. He's scoring 5 points a game, 4 rebounds a game. And then the second leading scorer in the MAC Freedom Conference, Timmy Edwards, 24 points a game, a 6'5" senior at Shermanstown, Pennsylvania, Trinity High School, 24 points a game, 9 rebounds a game. And then Caba Mitchell, 6'4", junior, Reading, Pennsylvania, Berks Catholic, 5.7 a game, 3.7 rebounds a game. So there are your starters: Summers, Ortman, Dubas, Johnson, and Nichols for FDU. And for DeSales, Barnes, Elwood, Boylan, Edwards, and Mitchell. DeSales in the white jerseys, the blue trim down the sides, interlocking with red trim. The blue numbers with red piping around that. FDU in the blue jerseys with the white numbers, blue and white piping around those numbers, and a red and white stripe and an FDU Devil logo on the side of the pant leg. Mitchell will win the tip, and DeSales will start with the basketball. Boylan with Summers on him, looking for Barnes, and he'll find him, and they swing it across the court to the left wing. Straight away, Elwood gets an Edwards pass to the right wing, and Barnes. Barnes down low. Edwards looking to go. He will miss that layup. Didn't fall, and the rebound by Sean Summers. Edwards at all 6 of the first points for DeSales last time in the ball game yesterday. Great defense there by Mason Barnes to lock up his man, and they get it over to Johnson, and a dribble handoff to Ortman. Ortman, Mitchell on him. He'll drive, kick it back out to Johnson. Boylan comes quickly out there. Shot clock down to 5. Turn in the lane, and a traveling violation. Walking with the basketball is Michael Dubas. And a turnover for FDU on their first possession. DeSales will easily bring it to the forecourt, no pressure. As now a backdoor cut for Barnes. He finds Edwards on a great pass. Timmy Edwards gets it to fall. Officials for today: Isaiah Rivers, Colbert Galano, and Dale Lynch. As now Dubas into the forecourt with it. Elwood on him. Elwood comes out on Dubas. He looks for a screen. Instead, he'll go to the basket and dish off for an open jumper, which is missed by Brian Nichols. Nichols, another freshman, as Elwood pulls up in transition. That'll fall. A triple for Aidan Elwood. For Elwood on the year, that's his 4th triple of the year. He's shooting them at a 25% clip. And that extends the Bulldog lead to 5-0. A carrying violation on Dubas as he got the ball stuck on his hip. 18-17 to go in the first half. FDU not really pressuring any of the inbound situations for DeSales in the backcourt so far. They easily got it into the forecourt. Now Elwood to the left wing, and Barnes. Down low, Edwards easily puts it up and in as the defender tried to go for a steal, as it will be an FDU timeout quickly, as it's a quick 7-0 DeSales run. They score the first 7 of the ball game. They lead 7-0. And FDU, they've just had some turnover issues the first couple of minutes of this game, and that's why they have not been able to crack the scoring column yet. 3 turnovers are ready for FDU, as both teams now will break the huddle. FDU will inbound on the baseline. Inbounding that basketball will be Nichols. He'll get it into Dubbis. And Dubbis will bring it into the forecourt. Elwood on him. But Elwood, right after they get across the midcourt line, gets the basketball on a steal, puts it up and in. A quick 5 for Aidan Elwood. And it's 9-0 DeSales already, not even 3 minutes into the game. FDU has only gotten 1 shot off. They have 3 turnovers on the first 4 possessions of the game. They're looking for Summers coming off a screen. They couldn't find him. Into the corner for Ortman. Ortman will drive into the paint, puts up a runner. That will fall. A pretty shot by Oliver Ortman gets the Devils onto the scoreboard, and you need to get him going if you're FDU. He's only scored 9 a game so far this year. He was averaging 19 points a game last season. Edwards looking for Mitchell down in the post. Instead, will look to drive himself, but kick it back out to Elwood. Aidan Elwood will pull up for a right wing 3. That'll fall. He's on fire. He already has 8 points, 2 for 2 from 3-point range and a layup. 12-2 DeSales with the advantage. Johnson. Dribble handoff to Ortman, who will go on Boylan. Gets 10 feet away and drops another pull-up jumper. Almost the same spot that he hit the last shot. He has all 4 FDU points. It's 12-4 with 16:25 to go in the first. Mitchell in the left corner. Will kick it to Barnes. Now to Elwood, and they'll swing it around to the right side in Edwards. Elwood. Now a Boylan 3 from the left wing. That'll fall. Ryan Boylan with the triple. Boylan hits that shot. It's his 3rd triple of the year. He's now 3 for 7, 33% on the year coming in. Summers slowly brings it into the forecourt, gets it to Ortman. DeSales really extending the man-to-man. They have not done that much this year, and it's created a couple of turnovers already. Ortman with 10 on the clock. Kicks it back to a Johnson 3. That will fall. Matt Johnson with the triple. For Johnson, that is his 4th of the year. He came in shooting at 25%, 3 for 12. And that was a clean look for Johnson off the pass from Ortman, and they were able to knock it down. 15-7 your score, 15-13 to go in the first half. Mitchell in the post on Summers. Lowers the shoulder and puts it up and in. Keba Mitchell with his first bucket of the game, and the first person named not Timmy Edwards or Aidan Elwood to score a basket. Nichols. And his pass stolen away, intended for Ortman. Boylan to the basket, puts it up, gets it to fall. Tough running layup in the paint for Boylan. He got it to fall and absorbed the contact. Summers gets it into the forecourt with 22 on the clock. Yo-yo dribble. They find in the corner, that's Dubas, and now a driving Johnson puts it up, and let's see if they count the basket. They will. So field goal and a basket for Matthew Johnson. He'll head to the line for one more as mass substitutions come in for both sides. Checking in for FDU, number 25, Derek Whitaker. He hasn't scored yet this season, averaged 2.7 last year, 1 rebound a game. Also in is number 3, that's Gerald Nicholson, a freshman guard out of St. Joseph's by the Sea, averaged 23 points a game last year, second all-time leading scorer there. Johnson's foul shot is up and good. Into the ball game for DeSales, Will Pollock a sophomore at a Kingsway Regional High School in New Jersey, along with Elijah Eberly. Eberly, a freshman out of Elizabethtown in Pennsylvania. He's averaging 10 a game, second leading scorer on the team. Edwards goes to work down low, puts it up and in. Basket for Timmy Edwards. That gives him a quick 6. He's averaging 24 on the year. DeSales now with a zone trap in the backcourt. They get it up ahead to Ortman, and they break the pressure. Now Ortman going to the basket, lost the basketball on the floor. DeSales almost caused a tie-up, which would have went to FDU, but instead Ortman gets a timeout. So timeout FDU, they're second of the first half. And it'll be a 30-second timeout. DeSales with the lead, 21-10 at the 13:43 mark. DeSales University offers both on-campus and virtual tours for interested students. Schedule your tour today at www.desales.edu/visit or give admissions a call with any questions you have about applying at DeSales at 1-8774-DeSales. We hope to see you soon on campus, and go Bulldogs. 13:43 remaining in the first half. DeSales with the lead, 21-10. FDU with a baseline inbound. Summers will inbound. Eberly will guard the inbounds pass as FDU will get it right into Ortman under the basket. Foul will be called. Few they get it on, either Eberly or Lambert. They got it on Lambert. Ortman to the line, 2 shots. He's shooting 66% from the foul line on the year. The first one is up and good. He'll get a second. Checking into the game is number 5. That's Cameron Santill. Santill, a senior out of Piscataway, New Jersey. Piscataway High School. And the second one up and good for Ortman. He has 6. Darnell Vaughn will check in at the next whistle for DeSales, as both him and Jordan Holmquist go to the scorer's table. Lambert gets it to Edwards. Edwards puts it up, and the foul. Basket and 1 for Timmy Edwards. And Edwards will go to the line for 1 shot. Edwards now has 8, trying to make it 9 on the foul shot. Edwards on the year, a 70% foul shooter. Last year, he shot 75%, limited attempts for Edwards so far this year. Edwards' foul shot is up and good. And checking in Darnell Vaughn. Vaughn will replace Edwards. Darnell, a sophomore out of Newark, Delaware. 7.3 points a game, and also in there Jordan Holmquist, a sophomore out of Bangor, Pennsylvania, Moravian Academy. Holmquist averaging 5.4 points a game. Ortman, crossover dribble into the lane, kicks it out, and a jumper put up and a foul. Again, going to the line will be Cameron Santill as he got run into by Will Pollock. Pollock just got the arm. Will send Santill to the line for 2 shots. On the year, he's 50% from the foul line, 1 for 2. First shot up, no good for Santill. 24-12, DeSales with the lead, 13-13 to go in the first half. Santill bends, fires, the second one is up and good. Pollock will bring it into the forecourt. Lambert on the left wing. And now back to Pollock. DeSales on the year, they're shooting 46% from outside. As Holmquist goes to the basket, puts it up and in for 2. Jordan Holmquist with the basket. His first score of the day. And it's 26-13 as FDU will get it through the DeSales pressure this time. As since the first couple of turnovers, FDU has not turned the basketball over in the last 5 minutes. They had 4 quick ones as an Ortman left wing 3 is up and good. Oliver Ortman with the triple. He now has 9. ties Edwards for the leading scorer in the ball game. Vaughn straight away to Lambert, now the left wing and the left corner, and Pollock. Pollock straight away to Holmquist. Now Lambert works on Nichols as they kick it to Holmquist on the left wing. Now Vaughn will drive with 7. On Ortman, he puts it up, won't fall. Will Pollock skies for the offensive rebound. And now DeSales will reset. They had a fresh 20. Now 10 on the shot clock. Pollock will get an Eberle screen to Lambert, who will get fouled. Shot clock was down to 8. Johnson will check back in after the foul is called. Blocking foul will go on. That will be number 25, Derek Whitaker. And then checking into the game for DeSales is Christian Goulden. Holmquist retrieves the inbounds pass. And DeSales has 15 on the shot clock. Goulden, Vaughn on the left wing. They're looking for Eberle in the post. They double immediately, do the Devils, as Vaughn drives to the basket. Shot too far into the basket, but offensive rebound put up and in by Elijah Eberle. Give him his first basket of the game. And DeSales up 28-16. Nichols will split 2 defenders. A jumper by Johnson hits off front iron, doesn't fall. Lambert corrals the carom. DeSales with the basketball. Lambert on the right wing. Now to Holmquist and Goulden. Holmquist will pull it out with 10 on the clock. Get a screen by Vaughn. Drive to the basket, put up a floater from 10 that hits off the side of the rim. Doesn't fall. And the rebound corralled by Nicholson. He'll take it all the way in, put it up. Foul be called, and heading the line is so Gerard Nickerson will head to the line. Nicholson on the year, 1 for 1 from the foul line. And he puts the first one off the back of the iron. It doesn't fall. DeBoss will check back in for FDU. And the second one rattles around, also won't fall for Nicholson. And the rebound, Holmquist. DeSales holding 12, 10:26 to go in the first half. Goulden. Now Holmquist on the right wing. DeBoss out on him defensively. With 8 on the shot clock, Holden gets a screen but gets called for a carrying violation. It'll be a turnover for DeSales. That will be their first turnover so far in the game. Ortman extended on the left wing, now to DeBoss. Backdoor, great pass inside, but that'll be a goaltending violation on Eberle, as that shot was going to fall on the attempt by Johnson, but Eberle came in and hit it off the backboard as it had already touched the backboard. FDU's deficit now is 10 at 28-18. Eberle straight away. Now Lambert to the right wing and Vaughn. They're looking down low for Eberle. They get it to him immediately. He's going to work. Pass was knocked away, and on the floor will go to FDU. Knocking it away was number 5 for FDU. That's Cameron Santill. And now the original starting lineup for DeSales will check back into the game. Edwards, Barnes, Mitchell, Elwood, and Boylan. Boylan will trigger the baseline inbounds. Now looking for somebody to get it into. They finally get it into Barnes with 8 on the clock. Barnes will pull up from 25, and he'll drop it. Mason Barnes with the triple. For Barnes, it's his first three of the game. His fourth three of the year. He's now 4 for 6, shooting 60% on the year from downtown. DeSales is a team, as I mentioned earlier, shooting 46% as a team coming into the game. Now with Johnson's three, hits off back iron, doesn't fall. Ball kicks off a couple of players, but it's collected by FDU for an Ortman three that won't fall. And finally, Mason Barnes will come down with the rebound and lead to DeSales transition. Boylan drives to the basket, dishes off to Edwards. Edwards puts it up, gets his shot partially deflected by Ortman. And FDU will clear. And after a couple of frantic seconds, FDU looks to slow it down a little bit as Ortman goes to the basket, gets stripped, goes off his legs. It's DeSales' ball. Checking into the game for FDU is Tommy Durabilis. Durabilis, a sophomore guard out of Scotch Plains Fanwood in New Jersey. He's averaging just a tick over 1 point a game. Elwood on the right wing. Now inside, a hold will be called. That'll be on DeBoss. Checking back in is Summers. Summers last year averaged 12 points a game, was the third leading scorer, right now averaging 4 coming into today. Boylan to inbound. He throws a baseball pass long down the court. Will get picked up by Barnes with 16, who will drive to the basket, pass off to Edwards, but a foul will be called before the pass. That will go on Cameron Santil, his first, team's fourth. So nobody really close to being in the bonus as Edwards gets it down low, puts it up and in with a foul. Jimmy Edwards with the basket. He now has 11 and he'll head to the line for one more. Already made a foul shot today. That was on a basket and a foul earlier in the first half. Shot by Edwards up, rattles around, and will drop. Edwards with 12 leads all scorers in the ball game. As FDU will get it across the half-court stripe. They get it to Johnson. His pass almost picked off, and now Summers to the basket, puts it up. Had to alter his shot because of Caba Mitchell flying in, and he missed the layup. Now Mitchell the other way to the basket. Ooh. He maybe didn't realize how open he was, went with the finger roll finish, and it missed the layup. 34-18, DeSales with the lead, 7:41 in the first. Johnson on the left wing will pull up for two. That doesn't fall. Caba Mitchell with the rebound, and DeSales off and going. Boylan to the left wing and Elwood. He'll get by his defender, drive to the basket, find Mitchell right in front, and Caba Mitchell will lay it in. For Mitchell, his second field goal today. He has 4 on 2-for-2 shooting. Durabil's on the left wing. Now to Summers. He gets a Johnson screen and will be matched on Mitchell. Summers gets to the basket, but his shot's rejected by Mitchell. DeSales running the other way. Elwood to the basket, puts it up, can't get it to fall. Edwards shakes it free. Durabilis gets on the floor, gets the rebound, and FDU will control. 6:28 to go in the first half. Elwood comes out on Dubas, and now they get it into the post to Johnson, who kicks for Summers, who'll hit a long 2. He'll get fouled, though. The shot didn't fall, but it will send Sean Summers Jr. to the line for 2 shots. The foul will be called on Mason Barnes, his first, the team's 5th. So Summers is in the line for 2 shots, 75% on the year so far, 3 for 4. And the first shot by Summers is up and good. And DeSales will call a timeout. So timeout DeSales, their first of the half. They're leading 36-19 with 6:21 to go in the first half. The 30-second timeout. And DeSales so far today, they are 4 for 4 from downtown. FDU 2 for 4. DeSales shooting from the floor 73%. FDU shooting 60% both. Very good numbers for both teams. FDU 57% on foul shots. They need to improve that number. DeSales is 2 for 2. The only person to go to the line, Timmy Edwards for the Bulldogs. As both of these teams shooting the basketball very well. Summers will have one more shot at the line when we return to play. In the timeout, DeSales checked in Jordan Holmquist. Summers, the foul shot's up and good, so he's 2 for 2. And DeSales will work against no pressure, bring it into the forecourt. Elwood, left wing Boylan. Now Elwood straight away. He's looking for Edwards down in the post. They're trying to get it in there. They couldn't. Instead, Elwood will drive, kick it back out to Holmquist, where he'll get an Edwards screen. Now with 9 on the clock, somebody has to get something going, and it'll be a turnover. No, it'll stay with DeSales. Now, do they get a fresh 30? They probably will not, as it did not look like FDU ever had possession of the basketball. So DeSales is going to have to get something going to the rim quickly with only 4 on the shot clock. Elwood will pull up for a right wing 3. That hits off the side of the iron. Doesn't fall, but a good look given how much time was left on the shot clock. Inside Ortman, going on Edwards. Gets the step, can't get it to fall as he didn't get it high enough on the glass and it rolled off the rim. Edwards to Elwood. Aidan Elwood will get into the corner for a driving Ryan Boylan, who gets stopped nicely by Sean Summers, but they get it down low to Mitchell, who lost the basketball. Dribbled it off his foot. Turnover DeSales, checking out Elwood, checking out Mitchell. In Lambert and Eberle. Also back in for FDU is Brian Nichols. As there's still a little bit over 5 minutes left in the first half. And FDU gets it into the forecourt. Quickly double-teamed is Summers. He lost the basketball, but getting back on it is Nichols. He lost the basketball. That will stay with FDU. As DeSales has been trapping in the corners with the defense they have been using when FDU has been bringing the ball into the front court on inbounds plays. As now it's down low to Ortman. He'll put it up. No shot, as the shot well after the foul. The call will go on Ryan Boylan. Boylan's first foul, 6th on the team. Next we'll put FDU in the bonus for a 1-and-1. They throw it into Rubles, and now they get it to Ortman. Ortman, floater in the lane. That'll fall. Oliver Ortman with the basket. Ortman has 11. And already over his season average, and we're not even through the first half. Edwards, now Lambert straight away. They get it to the right wing and Holmquist. Holmquist looking for Edwards, and now they'll have a 3-second violation. Actually, it's an offensive foul on Edwards for a push-off. as he just got a little too much space between him and his defender on that inbound pass to the post. Nichols gets through the press. Now straightaway triple by Summers off the front of the rim, knocked around by Johnson. And Boylan comes down with the rebound. Right wing Holmquist. Now to the left corner for Lambert. Down low, Boylan gets some contact but finishes anyway. Boylan with the basket. And DeSales has really tried to up-tempo this game today. Summers, the layup the other way. Sean Summers Jr. with the basket, his second of the game. He now has 4. Lambert on the left wing in the left corner, Everly. Lambert thought about a triple, instead will drive into the paint, get it out for a right wing 3 by Boylan. That's too long. Edwards comes down with the rebound, but he'll get called for the foul. That'll be Edwards' second and quick succession, so he'll probably take a seat on the bench for the rest of the first half. 8th on the team, which will lead to a 1-and-1. DeBoss will check back in along with number 4, that's Tommy Drabilis. Ortman's foul shot doesn't fall. Knocked around by Johnson, but finally Everly will collect the rebound. Left wing Lambert. Lambert to Barnes, into the post for Everly. Great pass. They'll get it for a Elwood 15-footer on the right wing. That'll fall. Aidan Elwood with the basket. Elwood now with a steal. And he'll put that one up and in also. Aidan Elwood now with 12. 2 quick baskets for the Bulldogs sophomore. And DeSales now with the lead, 42-24. Almost another steal, but Ortman gets the basketball. And it's out to Nichols. Nichols gets by his defender, down low for Johnson. Johnson steps through his defender, Vaughn, and puts it up and in. Johnson having a good first half. He already has 10. Vaughn on the near side corner, pulls up for 2. That'll fall. Darnell Vaughn with the basket, his first basket of the game. He's averaging 7 a game. And DeSales with 44. They had 46 in the first half yesterday. Nichols, defender flies by, puts it up, and he gets it to fall. Brian Nichols with the basket. For Nichols, that's his first of the game on a driving layup. He got Lambert to bite on the shot fake and made the layup after Lambert flew by. Vaughn the other way, spinning in the lane for 2. Darnell Vaughn with a quick 4. And the Bulldogs up 46-28. Now a trap and almost another steal as Nichols will get it to Ortman. Takes one dribble, fires a triple, doesn't fall, and the rebound Everly. Everly up ahead to Lambert. Lambert will get called for an offensive foul. Just couldn't stop himself before running over Michael Dubas. Lambert's second, team's 9th. So any fouls after this, DeSales will be in the double bonus. Barnes back in along with Pollock and Mitchell for the Bulldogs. Ortman on the right wing, now to Santil. Garubels with it. Straight away Johnson gets it back to Ortman with a minute remaining. Ortman drives to the basket, working on Vaughn. Will kick it out to Dubas, who will drive to the basket, get it out for a Johnson triple. That will not be his second of the game. He almost got it to fall, though. But the rebound by Will Pollock. Barnes, crossover dribble. They'll pull it out and look for one. opportunity for DeSales if you want to go quick for a 2-for-1. They get it to Vaughn in the corner. Jab fake. They get it back out. Now DeSales will look for one shot. 10 on the clock. Pollock. Barnes triple from the left wing. That doesn't fall. Real Pollock skies again for an offensive rebound, but it will head out of bounds. It will be a turnover on DeSales, their 4th of the game. And there's 20 seconds remaining. Shot clock unplugged. FDU going to hold for one. Dubas with the basketball. Now Johnson with 5 to Ortman. They get Johnson coming off a screen. He doesn't get it to go. The rebound by Vaughn. The half will end as Vaughn's shot at the buzzer would not have counted if it went. We're at halftime. The score, DeSales 46, FDU 28. We'll take a quick break and be back with first half stats and analysis and also some out-of-town scores. Back here at Belair Hall, DeSales University. Halftime between DeSales and FDU-Florham. DeSales 46, FDU-Florham 28. The first half stats, DeSales 20 for 30 shooting the ball, while FDU was 10 for 22. 4 for 7 from 3 for DeSales, 2 for 8 for FDU-Florham. 15 rebounds for DeSales, 8 for the Devils, 4 turnovers to the 6 for FDU. FDU had 6 turnovers real early, only 2 since then. So that's better job on them offense turning the ball over. But they do trail 46-28. For FDU, they're scoring 11 points for Oliver Ortman, 10 for Matthew Johnson, 4 for Sean Summers, 2 for Brian Nichols, and 1 for Cameron Santill. And for FDU, they just need to shoot the basketball better. They have only shot 10 for 22 on the day. They are shooting 45%, which is not bad, but when you're going against a DeSales team that is shooting 66% from the field on 10 for 30 shooting, it's going to be an uphill battle. If they can cut down the turnovers and shoot the basketball a little bit better, DeSales will most likely cool off from the percentage that they are currently shooting, because that is a very gaudy number, 66.5%. For DeSales, they're scoring 12 for Edwards, 12 for Elwood, 4 points for Mitchell, and 4 points for Darnell Vaughn Jr. 7 points for Ryan Boylan, 3 for Mason Barnes, 2 for Elijah Eberle, and 2 for Jordan Holmquist, the scoring for DeSales, for their 46 points. And this first half almost identical to the first half yesterday, aside from the fact that DeSales has 46 and FDU has 28. Because yesterday FDU had 26 and DeSales had 46. Out-of-town scoreboard, and the only other Mac Freedom men's game going on right now, it just finished. There's 2 other games later tonight, but they will not start for another hour, as Albright beat Widener 96-76. And on the women's side, there's a couple of games that have already been played. Messiah defeated Stevenson 78-48. And then Widener defeated Albright 90-69 in the women's game. So both teams cracking 90 in both of the Albright games, except one game Albright had 96. The other game Widener had 90. And in the DeSales women's game, which we haven't touched on yet, they're at halftime. They just got there. And the score of that ball game is 37-12. DeSales is led by Avery Jordan with 14 points. And FDU-Florham is led by J.D. Tolentino with 6 points. He had 11 here yesterday. Led their team in scoring for the women's game yesterday, which was a DeSales win. Right here, we have about a minute to go before we get ready for second half action between the Bulldogs of DeSales and the Devils of FDU-Florham. Both teams have now left the court, and they're getting into their huddles before they go back onto the court, as we're just about to start the second half. A couple of other statistics to keep note of as we look at the first half. Nobody in real foul trouble for either side. Edwards had 2 in the first half for DeSales. Lambert also had 2. Nobody with more than 1 for FDU. And only a couple of players with 1 for DeSales. FDU 6 for 10 from the foul line. DeSales only went there twice. They're 2 for 2. Fouls in the first half. DeSales, they drew 5 fouls. Edwards drew 3 of the 5 fouls, while FDU Ortman also drew 3 fouls, a new statistic that they added a couple of years ago, fouls drawn. As both teams are back out on the court, FDU with 2 blocks, DeSales also with 2 block shots, both by Mitchell, as FDU will inbound the basketball to start the half. Dubas will get it into Summers, and we are into second half basketball. Nichols looking for somebody coming off a screen. That was Ortman. Instead, he'll just get it back to Summers coming off a curl. Straightaway Johnson to Ortman on the dribble handoff. 14 on the shot clock. Ortman will drive to the middle, stop on a dime, turn around, put her up a fall-away shot that doesn't fall. The rebound for Timmy Edwards. For Edwards, that's his 3rd rebound so far today. As they get it right down low to Edwards, he puts it up and in easily. He has a game-high 14. Edwards averaging 24 on the season, had 21 yesterday in the win for DeSales against FDU. Ortman in the lane, the floater doesn't fall. And the rebound again by Edwards. He has 2 straight. Edwards, now Elwood. Elwood gets an Edwards screen. They get it to Mitchell. Right down low to Edwards, who finds Mitchell. And Mitchell will float through the air and put it up and in. Kaba Mitchell with a basket. DeSales with 2 quick hoops, and they extend the lead to 50-28 with 18:44 to go. An outside shot by Oliver Ortman will fall. The triple for Ortman gives him 14 points and a quick timeout for DeSales. With 18:37 to go in the second quarter. DeSales 50, FDU 31, as DeSales hit a couple of shots to start the half, but FDU answered with a triple. It's something that Coach Scott Koval didn't like, something he saw defensively he didn't like, so he quickly called a timeout, a 30-second timeout, to discuss probably how Ortman was left open there, as nobody really came out to guard Oliver Ortman. That's his 2nd triple of the game. He's 2 for 4, shooting them 50% today. 5th field goal for him overall, as both teams break their timeout huddles. And DeSales will have the basketball on the baseline. Barnes will slowly dribble it into the forecourt, as he will work on Summers. Elwood, left wing, straight away to Barnes, and now they get it down low to Edwards. He'll get hacked. Johnson will be called for the foul. Matt Johnson on the foul. That's his first foul. As Boylan will inbound on the baseline. They're looking for Barnes coming off a screen. They couldn't find him. Instead, they will throw it long to Mitchell. And Barnes will have it and gets it into the corner. Elwood drives on Ortman. They find Edwards down low. They get it knocked out of bounds off the hands of Ortman, as it was tried to be saved in by Dubas. Boylan to inbound. He gets it into Edwards. Edwards picks up his dribble. Instead, just decides to put it up. Wild shot, almost fell for Edwards. And Oliver Ortman with the carom. Ortman into the forecourt. Drives to the basket. Easy layup for Oliver Ortman. Split 2 defenders. He's having the game that I think many people expected him to have when the season started. He's struggled to score a little bit, but he already has 17 early here in the second half. He averaged 19 a game this year. That's down right now at 9 a game, but he's really having a good game so far today. Elwood, foul line jumper, rattles around and falls. Aidan Elwood with a career-high 14. As he's having another good game for the Bulldogs. Elwood and Edwards have both had strong first halves and are continuing it into the second half. Summers gets a screen, now switched off on Mitchell. Summers thought about a pull-up. Instead, they get it down low on a mismatch as Johnson's going to work in the post on Barnes. They double down to the Bulldogs, and they kick it out for a Dubas three. Dubas triple is good. Michael Dubas for three. And now Elwood on the left wing. Barnes will drive, kicking in the left corner for a Boylan three. That's up and good. Ryan Boylan with the three, his second of the game. Boylan 2 for 3 from the outside. And that's his fifth three-pointer of the year. He now has 10. First time this year he's been in double figures, a career high for Ryan Boylan at 10. Johnson, he decided to pull up a three of his own. He couldn't get it to drop, in the rebound by Mason Barnes. Now to Elwood. Elwood pulls up, and they get it to Barnes in the left corner. Mitchell to Barnes, straight away. And now they look at the right wing of driving Boylan. Puts it up and in. Ryan Boylan with 2 consecutive baskets, 5 in a row for the DeSales freshman. And DeSales now with a 57-36 lead. They're really trying to get Ortman open. They couldn't get him coming off the screen, could the Devils. Now they get him the basketball. As Ortman will drive on Mitchell, just throw up a wild shot that was possibly partially blocked by Mitchell. Now Edwards streaking the other way. Up and in for 2. Edwards with 17 now, as he's having a very Timmy Edwards type game. 16 points, 4 rebounds, couple assists, and 1 block shot. Summers can't get it to fall. I don't know how he didn't get it to fall. It looked like it would just drop easily, but the ball goes out of bounds off of DeSales. Mitchell will check out. Back in for FDU is Whitaker. Also Lambert back in for DeSales. Ortman will inbound, and they throw it into Johnson. The pass was a little wide, but nobody there for either team to make it a problem as FDU gets it in. Dubas, now to Summers. Summers, Johnson in the high post. 6 on the clock. Johnson has to put it up. He does, and he'll get hit on the arm by Dat Lambert. There's a foul that really... Actually, the foul will go on Edwards. His third foul. Edwards didn't look like he was anywhere near the play, but I guess he must have gotten the arm of Johnson. Johnson's second foul shot is up and good. Makes the pair. And it's 59-38. Vaughn in there to replace Edwards. And a foul will be called inside. See if they get it on. Off the ball foul will go on Summers for a hold. Sean Summers will pick up his second actually check it, his first foul, as Pollock will inbound. Holmquist gets a Vaughn screen. Now to Lambert on the wing. He drives, finds Eberly. Layup in the paint will fall, and a foul. Elijah Eberly with the basket. The foul will go on Johnson, his second in quick succession, as Eberly goes in line for one shot. Shots up and good by Eberly. Makes it 62-38 with 14:27 to go. DeSales now back with the press. as they didn't press to start the half, but now they do. Outside shot by Summers. They'll call it a 3, and it is a 3 for Sean Summers, his first of the game. For Summers, his second of the year. Makes it 62-41. Now Darnell Vaughn will go to the basket, try to pick up another foul on Johnson, but Johnson not wanting to pick up his third foul lets Vaughn get the basket there. It's 64-41. Summers. Now to Whitaker. Derek Whitaker, the sophomore out of South River, New Jersey, into the ball game. Now an Oliver Ortman jumper too hard off the back of the rim, and DeSales out and running. Up ahead, Holmquist lets a defender fly by, then drives and gets it to Everly into the corner to Vaughn. Now Vaughn almost lost his dribble. They get it out to Holmquist, and they will start the offense. Holmquist, Lambert. Now into the corner for Will Pollock with 12 on the shot clock. Lambert. Actually, check it, that's Vaughn, and he'll strongly put it up and in as he made a move on Summers. 66-41. 13 minutes to go. Ortman 3 from the wing. Doesn't fall. That was a little short. And coming out of the pack with the basketball is that Lambert. Now Holmquist on the right wing will pull it out. Lambert, left wing. Summers right up in his face. And he'll find a driving Will Pollock, who dishes off to Everly. Outside, Holmquist thought about a 3. 7 on the clock. Everly with the slam. Elijah Everly with the basket. That's his second of the game on a high-flying slam. 68-41, 12-14 to go. The other way, Johnson. He'll lay it up and in for 2. Matthew Johnson with the basket. He now has 14. His career high 21. He did that the first game of this year against Lycoming. Lambert on the right wing. Now Vaughn in the paint. Spins on his defender. He traveled. Switched his pivot foot. Goulden checks back in. Replaces Pollock. And FDU will slowly bring it into the forecourt. Summers with it. Goulden on him. They'll get a screen. The switch off to Eberly. And now they're looking for Johnson in the post with a mismatch with Goulden on him. They can't find it, and DeSales is able to switch back to Eberly. Johnson goes in, turns around, fall-away jumper. That'll be a foul as Eberly walked under Johnson. Will send him to the line for 2 shots. Two shots for Johnson. Coming back in at the next whistle will be number 3, Gerald Nicholson. He will replace Summers, and Johnson's second foul shot won't fall. Eberly comes down with the ball, and it's Jordan Holmquist will control the DeSales offense. Lambert looking for Eberly. Instead, they'll try to repost Eberly. Holmquist a step-back triple. That's not an easy shot. Jordan Holmquist with the 3. A step-back shot from downtown Coopersburg. That was a long-range 3 on the step-back. Nicholson gets a Johnson screen, now switched off onto Eberly. And Ortman will try to work with 12 on the clock. Ortman drives to the basket. They get it at the corner and go into the basket and is not getting his shot to go. A lot of contact there as Goulden will put it up and in for 2. That shot before was by just into the ball game, Miles Christian. 1 point a game, 1 rebound a game for the sophomore out of Red Bank, New Jersey in the Patrick School. Nichols now to Drabulis, and Ortman will drive on Lambert. Runs over a defender, late call, offensive foul, but probably the right call as Ortman went right into Christian Goulden. So the foul on Ortman, checking back in Edwards, Elwood, and Mitchell for the Bulldogs. Holmquist, Elwood. Now back to Elwood. Elwood will drive. 16-footer, that'll fall. Aidan Elwood with the basket. He has 16, ties Edwards as the game's leading scorer. Christian. Now Ortman gets by Elwood, decides to kick it out for a Johnson three. And Matthew Johnson with the triple, his second of the game, his fifth of the year. And that makes it 75-47. DeSales still with the lead. Holmquist with the basketball. Johnson comes out on him. They're looking for Edwards in the post. Instead, they'll get it to Holmquist, who has his triple blocked. Almost came back up with the basketball. Now Johnson the run out the other way. A Mitchell block will turn into a basket for FDU on the rebound, but a high-flying Kaba Mitchell blocked the original shot. Now Edwards on the right wing. Mitchell to Goulden. Goulden gets a Mitchell screen. They find Elwood. Get it down low to Eberly. Eberly! Actually, check it. That's Elwood is. We have an injured player on the court, so the officials will stop the game. But that last basket, actually by Timmy Edwards, is getting up gingerly for FDU is Matt Johnson, and he has had a terrific game. Johnson already with 18 points. 49-77 as Johnson will walk off under his own power. Looks like he kind of fell awkwardly after the defender went by him. So Edwards now has 18. And FDU will bring it slowly into the forecourt. No real pressure by DeSales this time. Christian now to Ortman on the right wing. Crossover dribble, drives in the paint, kicks it out, and a steal. Holmquist looking for somebody. Throws it off the foot of Mitchell. And now a held ball, which will go to DeSales. Heady play there by Timmy Edwards to tie up Christian because he couldn't really go anywhere. 20 on the shot clock on the reset. Holmquist will inbound. They'll get it into Goulden. They're looking for Edwards again in the post. Instead, they'll get it outside to Elwood. Goulden fakes a shot, drives in, floater in the lane. That'll fall. Christian Goulden with the basket. Makes it 79-49. Ryan Boylan will check back in at the next whistle as Christian will hand off to Drabulis, who drives in. Can't find anything. Finds Ortman behind the arc, who will find Nichols for a three. That won't fall. The rebound by Jordan Holmquist, and DeSales out and running. Elwood pops a left corner three, too long. The rebound will go out of bounds off the hands of Timmy Edwards, and that's just bad luck if you're DeSales. Edwards was wide open to get the rebound. I don't think realized how the shot was going to come off the rim. Surprised him a little bit and went off his leg. Checking back in is number 5 for FDU. That is Cameron Santill. Santill today, he's got a point, 1 for 2 from the foul line. Three-point shot by Nicholson. That doesn't fall. Too hard off the backboard. But that's a guy who can really shoot the basketball. Over 1,000 points in high school. Holmquist. Now to Goulden. They're looking for Mitchell in the post, but they can't find him. Good job defensively by Santil. Holmquist with 6 on the clock. He's going to have to put something up. Instead, they'll get it to Goulden. As the shot clock was running down, Christian Goulden with the triple makes it 82-49 with 6:50 to go. And DeSales so far today from three-point range, they're besting their season average of 46%. Right now they're shooting 58% from three. Ortman. Santo will drive to the basket. Puts it up, no call. A lot of contact, but DeSales will come out with the basketball. Boylan the other way. Reverse layup will go. And if you thought DeSales couldn't improve their shooting percentage in the first half, they have. They're up to 75% from the floor. FDU still around 45%. Shot by Duraboulis. That doesn't fall. And Pollock will come down with the rebound. Holmquist, Boylan splits a defender, now finds Mitchell out to Holmquist. Holmquist gets it back, puts it up, and it'll rattle around and fall. Jordan Holmquist with the floater in the lane. It was not an easy shot, as coming over to play defense was Oliver Ortman. As Nichols drives to the basket, he'll get fouled. Whistle came a little late, but got hit right on the arm. That'll be on Will Pollock, the foul. And a timeout FDU. FDU-Florham with a full timeout. DeSales University offers both on-campus and virtual tours for interested students. Schedule your tour today at www.desales.edu/visit or give admissions a call with any questions you have about applying at DeSales. That phone number is 1-877-4-DeSales. We hope to see you soon on campus, and go Bulldogs. 86-49. DeSales with the lead. 5:34 to go in the second half. Right now, you're scoring the game. Timmy Edwards with 18 for DeSales. Matt Johnson with 18 for FDU, but he rolled his ankle a little bit. Don't know if he's going to be back in the game, as he came down hard on a play when Edwards went to the basket to pick up his 18th point. Elwood also with 16, a career high for him. Ortman had a strong start to the second half for FDU. He's also up at 16 points. That's going to the line will be Gerald Nicholson, the freshman guard. FDU back out on the floor. DeSales just breaking their huddle. As Nichols on the year, he's 0 for 2 today from the line. Coming in, he was 2 for 2, so now 50% on the year. Nichols dribbles the ball, puts it up, and will drop the foul shot. First made foul shot for him today. FDU now 10 for 15 on the day from the foul line. The second one won't fall for Nichols, but an offensive rebound will lead to a Nichols three. That hits off the front of the rim, and now DeSales had a little bit of an issue collecting the rebound, as all the FDU defenders had left, but the ball was on the floor. Lambert will lose the basketball, but it went off the foot of an FDU player. Sean Summers back into the game for FDU. And DeSales will inbound on the baseline. They're looking for Eberly. They get it into him. One dribble. Trying to get by Ortman. He does. And a shot will fall for Elijah Eberly. put in about every move he had in the playbook and got it to drop. Ortman on the left wing. Picks up his dribble and now finds Stantill. Nichols back to Ortman with Lambert on him. He gets a screen by Nichols, pulls up for a straightaway three. That's short off the front of the iron and doesn't fall. Will Pollock comes down with the carom. They find Dat Lambert now straight away for Pollock. He'll drive, gets by Summers, and gets it to fall. Will Pollock with his first basket of the game. And it gives DeSales a 90-50 lead with 4:26 to go. Summers, 20 on the clock. Gets a screen by Johnson. A kick ball violation will go on Eberle. He just jumped up and kicked it with the right leg. Ortman to inbound. Gets it into Summers. Summers working on Goulden. Now they get it to Ortman on the wing. Ortman pulls up from 16. Shot won't fall off the front of the iron. And the rebound by Will Pollock. Pollock to Eberle. Now to Goulden. Goulden. Lambert in the near side corner for three. Rattles around, doesn't fall. Eberle, one dribble, puts it up and in. Defender fell right off him. And a basket for Elijah Eberle. He now has 11. So he's the fourth Bulldog into double digits. Whitaker will try a long two. That'll drop. They call it a three, though. They said it was a three, but his foot was inside the new line, which is now the men's line, but it was outside the old line. Vaughn drives, kisses it off the glass for two. Darnell Vaughn with the basket. It's now 94-53. As the basket by Darnell Vaughn. Vaughn now has 10. He's also in double figures for the Bulldogs. That's the fifth Bulldog in double figures as Ortman tries a long three. Doesn't fall, and Goulden with the defensive rebound. Pollock on the left wing. Now they'll play catch him and Goulden as they get it around to Vaughn, who thinks three. Puts up the three and drops the three. Darnell Vaughn with the triple is second on the year. He's now 2 for 5. Shooting 40% from downtown. Summers to the basket. He'll get hacked as the foul on Eberle. Eberle's second, team's fourth. Neither team really getting in much foul trouble in this half. Only one team got into the bonus in the first half, and that was DeSales. Summers' foul shot is up, rattles around, no good. Going to check into the ball game for FDU will be number 12, Jaden Walsh, a local product out of Emmaus High School. Just right down the road, one exit away from DeSales. He'll wear number 12, freshman guard, averaged 7 a game last year for the Green Hornets. Summers' second foul shot is good. That will bring back Michael DeBas. And Pollock will inbound. And Goulden will bring it slowly into the forecourt. 97-54, DeSales with the lead. 2:20 to go in the second half. Lambert, Vaughn, and Goulden on the right wing. They'll get it back to Lambert as they ping it around. Pollock drives in the paint, kicks it out for a Goulden right wing three. That'll fall. And DeSales, for the first time since 2015, has cracked the 100-point mark. That was against Penn State Berks 5 years ago. And now a turnover. Pollock up ahead to Vaughn for the slam. Darnell Vaughn now has a career high at 15 points with the emphatic jam. Minute 30 to go. Durbulis drives in, now outside for a three by Santil. That won't fall, and Ellerby with the rebound. Now into the near side corner for Goulden. 16 on the clock. DeSales just looking to run some clock. That's holding 48. There's no real reason to shoot the basketball. They do, though, and it's an offensive rebound. Vaughn will bring it out. 19 on the clock, 52 on the game clock. And now they'll just hold the basketball and run it down. Pollock, he'll drive, put it up, and put it in. Will Pollock with the basket. Makes it 104-54. And a steal by Goulden. And DeSales will not have to put up a shot as the shot clock turned off. And DeSales, they will move to 4-0 in the MAC Freedom. FDU will drop to 0-4. Both of these teams will play next week. DeSales will play Arcadia, while FDU will play Wilkes. The buzzer will sound. The final score, DeSales 104, FDU 54. As both of these teams will have opponents next week. DeSales will take on, as I just said, Arcadia, and it's Wilkes for Fairleigh Dickinson. For the ball game, the scores for DeSales: 18 for Timmy Edwards, then 16 points for Aidan Elwood, 15 for Darnell Vaughn, 14 for Ryan Boylan, 11 for Elijah Ellerby. Christian Goulden had 10, 7 for Jordan Holmquist, 6 for Caba Mitchell, 4 for Will Pollock, 3 for Mason Barnes for the 104 points for DeSales. For FDU-Florham, Matthew Johnson had 18, Oliver Ortman had 16, 8 points for Sean Summers. Then Miles Christian had 2, Brian Nichols had 2, 3 for Michael Dubas, 1 for Christian Santil. Gerald Nicholson had 1, and Derek Whitaker had 3 for their 54 points. And it was really a ball game that DeSales set a tone early. They forced 4 quick FDU turnovers and were able to jump out to a quick 10-2 lead, and FDU really could never get back into the game. But probably the stat of the game so far tonight, DeSales shot 75% from the floor. 60% from three-point range, 3 for 3 from the line. FDU shot 37% from the field, 33% from the three-point line, 66% from the foul line. And really, DeSales was one of the best shooting performances that I can remember in this building. I have to look in the record book to see if they've shot 75% for a game before, but a real terrific shooting night for the Bulldogs gets them a win, 104-54. We'll be back here next Thursday evening at 7 o'clock for the DeSales University women's team, as they will take on Arcadia. Friday, 7 o'clock for the men's game. We can give you an update on the women's game. There's still 6 minutes left in the fourth quarter there. But DeSales leading 77-24 against FDU in the women's game. Avery Jordan with 18 for the DeSales side, and then FDU, they're led by J.D. Tolentino with 10. So DeSales will improve to 4-0 overall, 4-0 in the MAC Freedom Conference. FDU will drop to 0-4, 0-4 in the MAC Freedom Conference. This has been a production of the DeSales University Sports Network. Good night, everybody.